Connect Caribe, a regional ferry service, is set to launch a trans-Caribbean maritime network positioning St. Croix as a central hub. Funded by private venture capital and supported by regional firms specializing in logistics and travel, the project aims to create a trade route connecting the islands, starting from South America to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Over a year ago, we started this mission, this journey. When the governor appointed me as Special Economic Envoy, I made a commitment to him to really position the U.S. Virgin Islands, particularly on St. Croix, as a major industrial hub. There is a special designation of St. Croix in so many different ways on a federal level. And we have not done what I think we should be doing in terms of leveraging St. Croix to be the juggernaut it should be in the global market. My colleague and I, Attorney Scott McChain, we founded the St. Croix Economic Development Initiative. And we felt, while we look at this local economic situation, it was important to address, position the U.S. Virgin Islands to be a major force facilitating trade, commerce, and capital markets. And so I'm pleased to announce today, formally, that we've created a public-private partnership, a macroeconomic development policy initiative called the Caribbean America's Single Economy. What we're literally doing now, we're building this network of passenger and cargo ferry that will connect all of the Caribbean coming from South America, Suriname, up to the U.S. Virgin Islands. They're going to be three major hubs: Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. And the reason that's important, we're going to open markets on both sides. We're going to represent companies that want to do business within the United States. We are the hub. St. Croix becomes the hub where all of those activities will take place. And vice versa, companies want to do business in the Caribbean, this would be the hub as well.
The service will focus on both cargo and passenger transport, with an emphasis on improving food security and boosting inter-island commerce.
The reason that economic prosperity hasn't happened in this region is for the lack of connectivity. So we thought, wow, what if we start creating routes of boats and we create a project called Connect Caribe that people could simply go from one island to the other, or more important, produce a product in one island and ship to the other at a very low cost. It's why we're here today. It's actually the biggest consequence of what we're creating here. It's a change of culture. Instead of looking at the islands as separate elements of an organism, we start looking as one. The same way every successful country in the world looked at each other. The United States is the United States. What we're trying to create here is the united countries of the Caribbean with the leadership of the Virgin Islands and certain other region. We have talked to shipping companies and to guarantee them a rate between countries as low as ground rate for standard express packages. So that will boost e-commerce platform across the region in a $4 billion business estimated by CARICOM today.
St. Croix, with its strategic location and industrial assets, including deepwater ports, is seen as ideal for this initiative, which aligns with the efforts to revive the island's economy.
Today's partnership with Connect Caribe, a subsidiary of Pleon Group of Barbados, represents a major move in strategy to grow the territory's blue economy and tap into the vast transshipment opportunities that exist in this region. The real economic growth that's left to be seen is on the Big Island. We've been saying this for years, but now we have pieces coming together. We have a refinery owner that really has a broad outlook on what we could do with the property, including refining. We have the South Shore Free Trade Zone economic policy piece that is in place, which looks at how do we import products, add value to them, and export them. We have the Renaissance Group that is looking at the sale of that property, and we're working with them hand in glove to make sure that we facilitate it in a way that promotes economic growth. And then we have this MOU going on today, which is really the first major move in terms of developing that area and seeking to form trade alliances with our Caribbean partners. We are also making a lot of other moves in terms of bringing the Caribbean closer together, whether that be our work with CTO and working to find ways to connect the Caribbean through ferries, through air, and through direct flights. The growth of the Caribbean as a region is all tied together, and we want to be the center of that initiative. What will this allow us to do? More business on business, business-to-business dealings, more communication with our business people in the Caribbean, and absolutely coming together to go to Washington and promote the Caribbean as an economic initiative on a whole to the nation. In the Caribbean, the Virgin Islands is often isolated. It's not a part of what is going on. But there's so much that this MOU is going to allow us to do together, whether it's manufacturing, agriculture, energy, education and training, even healthcare, workforce development, which we are huge on now. We have so much work to do. But direct investment in our economy with the people of the Caribbean is so important.
The project will roll out in phases, with the first ferries expected to be operational soon.